Hey guys, welcome to the show. In this episode, I was going to take a look at a movie that's based in a game. And not just any game. This game was and is universally adored by fans. The movie, on the other hand, is not held in such high regard, but you know me, defending the defenceless. 2005 saw the release of the movie version of Doom, and it was directed by Ondrej Bartkowiak. Is that how you say that? So what's it all about? Basically, there's a group of Marines that are sent to Mars, their mission being to stop a bunch of monsters that have been created in a lab by accident. Ain't that always the way? The main stars here are Karl Urban, Rosamund Pike and The Rock. Or are we going to call him Dwayne Johnson? Personally, I prefer The Rock. You can't really have a badass Marine going about killing monsters and zombies and calling him Dwayne. Sorry to anyone called Dwayne. Okay, so I don't want to go into the whole argument of whether or not the movie truly represents the game. It doesn't. There are no demons and it's not set in hell. Let's just accept that and treat the movie instead as a standalone entity. Did someone say entity? There's a random reference. This was actually the movie that made me appreciate Karl Urban. The first movie that I'd seen him in was the forgettable Ghost Ship, but one line here was enough for me to fall in love with his style. It was his first mission! I just remember being blown away by that one line and how much effort he put into it. Can we see it again? It was his first mission! Perfect delivery. Interesting fact, did you know that Karl Urban has got a son who he named Indiana after a certain character that Harrison Ford played? Han Solo, I hear you ask? No. But Rosamund Pike has got a son who she named Solo. There you go. The Rock. Personally, I love this guy. I've seen a few of his movies now, including The Tooth Fairy, and he just seems like a nice guy. The first time I encountered The Rock was in The Mummy Returns, where he played the Scorpion King. Now there wasn't much acting involved, but he certainly looked the part. He plays the guy in charge here, and I think he does a pretty good job at leading the squad.
What's a squad? It's like Miami Vice, I think.
It seems to me that with each passing movie, his acting skills, be it action or comedic, are getting better and better each time.
Falling.
Let's just get this one right out of the way. I absolutely adore Rosamund Pike.
Yes, you do.
It's the power of the pike. Trademark. There seems to be a pattern going on so far with this movie. Like the two actors mentioned before, this was also the movie that brought me to the power of the pike. Trademark. She plays the role of a scientist here, and you really do believe that she knows what she's talking about. At least most of the time.
We finally done here because I've got a job to do.
Two things I'd like to point out here, however. One, her American accent is not completely convincing.
Excuse me, but I have orders to retrieve data from 3 servers: anthropology, forensic archaeology, and genetics.
And two, why is her mouth open all the time? The rest of the Marines include no big names, at least none that I've heard of anyway, but they do just enough, and I think they get the job done. Every time I watch this movie, I seem to enjoy it more and more. I think if they'd called it something else, like Semper Fi, John Grimm, Quarantine, anything other than Doom, and I think it would have been better received by audiences. I think there was just too much hype and hope that it was going to be exactly the same as the game, and it wasn't. It's a shame because the monster effects used here are mostly practical, and the CGI that's used sparingly is actually quite good. The sound hits all the right spots here, and the subplot between the characters, while not Shawshank Redemption levels, is acceptable enough and manages to weave the story together. Sigourney weaving? Come on! Okay. I've heard a few people talk about the fact the movies get some bad lighting, mainly that it's too dark, but I would like to ask the question, where exactly is it too dark? There's maybe one scene in a sewer that's slightly too dark, but they're in a sewer. So, to wrap it up, while not in the same league, if you enjoy the action of aliens and the sort of camaraderie between the Marines, give this a try. If, however, you're looking for a deep, meaningful piece, like you get in the Shawshank Redemption,
How can you be so obtuse?
avoid this like you would the Sumatran rat monkey. Leave a comment below, tell me, do you like this movie, or are you like everybody else that hates it? Either way, As always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. And then play a quick bleh. We're going to take a look at a game that's based on a movie that's based in a game that's based in a movie. You're based in a movie. We're going to take a look at a multitask universe. Whatever that is. Boss. 4. The movie splits opinion amongst fans. Some, well, not some, most, everybody hates it. There's a group of monsters that go to Mars to stop a bunch of Marines who were created intentionally. That never happens. 6. Motorbike. Their mission being to stop. Basically, there's a jumper car. 7. The main cast here are Karl Urban, Rosamund Pike, and some idiot outside. Bus. 8. There is no hell, it is not in Demon, and the sub-plot, bus. 9. Car. Rain. I wish I was a badass Marine going about killing buses and cars. Call me Dwayne. 10. And you'd really, it's a shame. Blah, blah, blah.